Hello everybody, thanks for checking out this video here on Marvel Avengers Alliance. Today is early Saturday, June 11th, and it is the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance. Today's background music is brought to you by No Copyright Sounds, Melodic Dubstep. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about what people are prepping for the next PvP season. And mostly what we're looking at is, can the new tactician suit be any good? So this will be the new tactician suit edition of the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance. So the first thing that we want to look at here is free actions. Are there any good free action debuffs out there that can be used fairly frequently to cause a lot of that stamina drain? Well, one of the few items is the crow's foot. The good and the bad of the crow's foot. The good is it's up every single round. The bad is everything else. It can be tanked, it's not subtle, it's not stealthy. You're a tactician shooting this in what most likely will have a cloak and dagger on the enemy side. So that's an infiltrator getting in your face, potentially beetles coming in, and everything like that. Yeah, so the crow's foot is the free action version of the caltrop launcher. Not the best thing for it. I tried it, didn't like it. It was pretty bad. A lot of the stuff is just buffs. And the Goblin Visage is a debuff. This is something you can do, but it is 1 round. It's a 2-round cooldown on this thing, so it's not up a lot. But at least it's tagged as a debuff, which is pretty good. And you know, a 60% chance to inflict somebody with cower solid. So this one isn't too bad, but you want to look for something with a little bit more frequency. So the Impending Doom is up every round, single target. This one's pretty good. And this one is up every single round, and it does drain energy. So this is actually double duty right here. It's kind of like getting hit by a single target signpost when you use this with the new suit, and then your stats are reduced. So that's that's a pretty solid one for not being AoE. One of the best ones, and one of the ones that wins the whole category over here, is the Menacing Pulse. This is up every round. It's a free action. You get stun resistance. It used to be stun immunity. But you're hosing down people with a Kurth level debuff here. Reduces attack and accuracy and evasion. Defense isn't there, but you know, attack is pretty big. And if you're a high level player that's got a lot of infiltrators, reducing accuracy is good. This really spikes the power of the Menacing Pulse. And so that one is pretty much the winner. The Polarized Storm I had hopes for, not tagged as a debuff. Not tagged as a debuff. Superior combats, none of these are really going to help. So pretty much the clear winner is the Menacing Pulse, with second place being the Doombringer and third place being the Goblin Visage. So that's pretty much the best of the free action things. So, let's look at the debuffs. What is good just in the debuff category? Well, some of these, like the Ankle Biter, are quick actions with the older suit, but not with this newer suit. But some of the best ones here would be the Greater Bifurcator, if you manage to get it, but it's got a big 3-round cooldown. But, I mean, this is again, just double, triple duty with the new suit. The Holdren's calls are pretty solid for this too. It's a quick action, but it's up every other round. All enemies get diminished resolve. So again, kind of like the Menacing Pulse, this is pretty solid teamed up with the new suit. The Lunacy is hands down one of the best things you could do. The Lunacy is just off the charts, super powerful with the new suit. The reason being is that if you could seal in that straining and you use the Lunacy every single round, which drains people just because of the new suit, and then puts straining and then helps your team with Madden Crazed and Insane, yeah, the Lunacy's power spikes a lot. And people may want to start thinking about having to counter the Lunacy again, which, in all honesty, is the, oh, crap. What is that? My brain has just disappeared on me at the end of this week over here. The experiment. People may start wanting to need to run the experiment again to counter the Lunacy. Magic Incantation Ring is going to be pretty big, because it's up every round and is a quick action. Single target, but you know, if you do debuff and magic attacks, or like run this suit with Null in that ring or something, and the Lantern of Doom, pretty solid. The Neuro Purge. This is one of the ones that's going to take a huge power spike again. Why was the Neuro Purge going to spike? Well, it's Psychic, which is good. We don't really deal with Magnetos and Juggernauts anymore. Off Balance, which shuts down the Deb. Migraine, reducing what they could do. Pressure Points, and a low chance of despair, and remove buffs. If you like Lunacy and Neuro Purge in the same round, that's some pretty rough stuff coming against the enemy team there. The Rectifier, which I happen to like a lot, and the Crooked Branch up there, which I like a lot, are good. The old-ass Numbing Needle that nobody really has, but this thing is pretty good, too, if anybody's lucky enough to have it. Look, a guaranteed hit, subtle, buff lock, executed buff and heal actions are locked out for 2 rounds, and further attacks against that target have a chance to stun it. This thing, you know, I passed on it when I saw it way back when, or maybe it was the Thermite Reactor, but this thing would be hugely powerful right now. I mean, a buff lock on somebody like Cloak and Dagger, yeah, really good. Of course, we have the magic rings. And then we have the older Doombringer, the Goblin Mask, and even the Target Painter is pretty good. But look at that, 4-round cooldown. That is atrocious for this piece of gear. I mean, one enemy gets guaranteed hit and crit for 2 rounds for 1 attack, and this is a 4-round cooldown. That's really bad. I wonder if the X-Play item is tagged. I don't even know if this thing is on the wiki. I may have to find it in game here. Let me see. That has a really long cooldown too, though. Yeah, it's just tech. Blinded and staggered. Even though it does cause debuffs, it's just considered tech. And actually, yeah. Oh, there it is. Exploiter. So yeah, that's pretty much all that we've got going on here for Marvel Avengers Alliance. And that is no new Spec Ops, no new PvP, which is good. It gives us time to level heroes. I really want to push my Beetle up. My Jane Thor is going to stall at the 14-15 border, but Blue Marvel's going to come through. Mostly because after my bruisers are complete, I'm going to work on Generalist. Not because the buffs are so good, but it's just a small group to finish off. And then it's going to be on to the Scrappers. And then finally on to the Infiltrators, except Beetle. Beetle and Winter Soldier are going to get pushed through to 15. And then the rest will come back. So I'm pretty happy with the amount of white on my screen here. Not to sound racist. I'm sorry, purple and green people. Really, I have nothing against you, purple and green people. It's just white is good. I'm digging my own hole over here. I'm sorry. But yeah, Marvel Avengers Alliance 2. Nothing much going on there either. No new PvP, no new Spec Ops. Trying to go back into the old Spec Ops #1 and get my Ant-Man. And we've also got a fun daily today in the Tech Daily, of which Beetle actually is allowed into that daily. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Had a good week in Marvel Avengers Alliance. Also hope you enjoyed the first of the Spec Ops set videos that I put up on YouTube. And more will be coming as I can produce them. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good one.